That judge last fall ruled. He ruled in your state. He said, we're going to look into this. We're bringing it to court. And the experts say there's problems. And she said, and if you question it, you're not a conspiracy theorist. So I got to take off my tinfoil hat. Now, get this. In her courtroom on January 9th in Georgia. Okay. Now, maybe you didn't see this in the news. Maybe you're not up on things. Alex. Oh, yeah, I'm up on bankruptcy too. Alex.
Oh, did you hear him? Oh, yeah, I'm up on your bankruptcy, too. Oh, that is a sick burn. Oh, my God. Take that, Mike. Oh, man. That's just fantastic. This kid is so good.
I'm up on bankruptcy, too. Alex Halderman with a ballpoint pen hacked into the machine in front of the judge.
Notice he just completely bypasses that. He's ignoring it. You're not going to tell the kid why you're going bankrupt? Mike Lindell got the bright idea to attend the DNC in disguise. Dude shaved his mustache off, seriously, and got in an argument with a 12-year-old kid. Oh my God, what is wrong with him? He was bodied by this kid. It's fantastic. Let's just talk about the whole thing. I pieced together the argument, and I got a whole bunch of other clips I want to talk about here. I don't know what was said here. I suspect that he was probably saying, I'm Mike Lindell, as if nobody could tell. Like, oh my God, dude. Shave a mustache off and you think that makes you invisible to society.
We go to paper balloting. Ask him what proof he has in the spirit. Why? How do you know? Which election you're talking about? No. There was one down in Georgia. 3 Democrats. I'm from Georgia. Okay, there's 3 Democrats in Georgia. And there's somebody 22. She's a good friend of mine. She got 0 votes in her own precinct. So, Brenda, I'm not telling you her last name.
Yeah, so she's a public figure, and you can't tell us her last name? He's talking about a real person that this actually happened with. There was actually a case where this woman got 0 votes in a district, which didn't make any sense because she voted for herself, and she requested an audit, and everybody was like, oh yeah, totally, let's take another look at this. So they followed the paper trail and find that there was an error in one of the systems. They fixed the error, they counted the votes through the paper system, and found that would she get maybe second place, and maybe she did get first? I don't remember. Anyway, that's how the system's supposed to work. If there's a problem, which is inevitable, there are problems, you can just trace it back and count by hand if need be. Like, anybody can raise a red flag, and they should be able to. But switching to a hand-counted system is absolutely absurd. There are so many more errors that way. Anyway, this one case he's telling the truth about, but he's completely misrepresenting.
Brenda, I'm not telling you her last name. I see, actually. But let me tell you. No proof. No proof. They looked into it in Georgia. Okay. Crooked Brad Rasmussen, your Republican Secretary of State. Okay. He looked into it.
I don't know what he's talking about. This is like a municipal election. Why would Brad Raffensperger be looking into like a local municipal election?
Republican Secretary of State.
I mean, maybe, I suppose.
Brad Rasmussen, your Republican Secretary of State. Okay. He looked into it and said, oh, it was a computer error. They gave her back her vote. She went from third to first. She's a friend of mine. Another gal, Democrat.
Yeah, you can ask them to re-evaluate, to look. Anybody can do this. It's not hard.
Democrat, 4 counties over in Georgia. She got 4,600 votes, but she wasn't on the ballot.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Let me take your word for it, right?
No, just read the paper.
So what's your last name? She's an elected official.
Okay, let me tell you. In Georgia, I will tell you, an Obama-appointed judge last fall, this case been going on 3.5 years. Alex Halderman, this is in your state, so you should be up on it. Alex Halderman,
This dude is such an obnoxious fool. I can't stand it, man. This kid he's got nerves of steel to stand here and listen to this. Lindell shouldn't be up in his face like this. If he got into someone's face like this who was like an adult, he's liable to get punched for that. But okay, whatever.
He's a Democrat, and he's also a cyber guy, and he looked into the machine.
That was a cyber guy.
And he said there's problems. That judge last fall.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about here. This is just a lie. This dude he's talking about famously, I believe, if it's the same guy, he gave this testimony to Congress or something 20 years ago and claimed that it's technically possible to write code and insert it into these voting systems that would flip an election. He didn't say that he has any evidence this happened. He didn't say that he did it himself or that he even knows how to do it. He just said that it's technologically possible to do. Well, yes, obviously it's technologically possible. He's not telling us anything new. I assume that's what Lindell's talking about. He talks about that case all the time.
That judge last fall ruled. He ruled in your state. He said, we're going to look into this. We're bringing it to court. And the experts say there's problems. And she said, and if you question it, you're not a conspiracy theorist. So I got to take off my tinfoil hat. Now, get this. In her courtroom on January 9th in Georgia.
Okay.
Now, maybe you just see this in the news. Maybe you're not up on things. Alex.
Oh, yeah, I'm up on bankruptcy too.
Alex.
Oh, did you hear him? Oh, yeah, I'm up on your bankruptcy, too. Oh, that is a sick burn. Oh, my God. Take that, Mike. Oh, man. That's just fantastic. This kid is so good.
I'm up on bankruptcy too.
Alex Halderman with a ballpoint pen hacked into the machine in front of the judge.
Notice he just completely bypasses that. He's ignoring it. You're not going to tell the kid why you're going bankrupt?
I'm up on bankruptcy too.
Alex Halderman with a ballpoint pen hacked into the machine in front of the judge and switched the whole election in
That's nonsense. That did not happen.
front of her. Now, that case is still in Georgia. She has not ruled on it. That's in your state. You want to know more in your state? They just found 250.
Like, I can make things up, too.
Any source.
257,000 votes. This happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing from the 2020 election. This just came out. You're behind. You shouldn't.
So your sources trust me, bro? That's your source?
No, the source. It's in your papers in Georgia.
It is? It's in the papers? No, it's not. He's making this up, a lot of it. And what he's not making up is twisted out of proportion.
The source. It's in your papers in Georgia. You need to read your news.
You have to give me any
You
last
need to
name.
read your news. No, this is your Georgia news.
You're lying for the next
This is your Georgia.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good day, sir. Let's keep walking.
Oh my God, dude. He lost that debate, Mike did, in my opinion. He just gets up in this kid's face and starts yelling at him. Seriously, you get punched for doing that kind of thing. And did he really show up in disguise and think that that was going to work? He thinks he's going to shave his mustache and put sunglasses on and get up in people's faces and scream at them about election fraud and nobody will know that it's Mike Lindell. Are you shitting me? Okay. He actually apparently did like a live stream leading up to this where he does the whole, like, you know, he broadcasts creating the disguise or whatever. Check this out.
Wow. Okay, now we got to get the rest of the skies on. Okay.
It's a disguise.
We see how it looks all in one thing. There. Great job. Here we go. This would be, I'll use this. The police gave me this as the last if things get out of hand. And that will be on me.
Okay, why would things get out of hand? You know, Charlie Kirk was just like wandering around, right? At the DNC. You didn't have to go in disguise. You could just like show up. And by the way, since we're talking about Mike Lindell, we'll come back to this in a second. Why is it that Matt Walsh showed up there in disguise? Why do these people keep showing up in disguise? I don't understand. This is Matt Walsh. I thought to myself, you know, maybe it's a doppelganger. No, he's wearing the outfit that he wore for his movie that he did with Ben Shapiro. He's got the wig with the ponytail and everything. It's Matt Walsh. Soon after showing up in full Kamala merch, he realized these people aren't the weird ones. I don't understand why they're doing this. Anyway, let's keep listening to Mike here.
We got this at a local hat place here in Chicago.
That'll fool them. There is something wrong with this guy, right?
What do you guys think?
Looking good. I knew you would.
Like, if he had just kept his mouth shut, he could have done it. He didn't go there to be incognito, I have to guess. I don't think I've ever seen his wife before.
No, we hope it's all worth it, you guys. I mean, we've got to go. We're going to go into the DNC. We're going to get going there like this. We're going to interview. We're going to get people. I want to go find the media.
Are you kidding me? Then why are you going in disguise, Mike? He wants to find the media in disguise and complain about election fraud in disguise? What?
I want to get to the media. So when the media is there at the DNC, then we're going to tell them about the event tomorrow here in Chicago, which is absolutely going to be the biggest event in this week and one of the most important events of the year, because we're going to bring Democrats from all over Chicago that voted for Biden, and now they're voting for Donald Trump, and we're going to ask them all, why are you doing that? What made you switch?
Okay, that sounds interesting, actually. I would watch that. I wonder if I can find that. Where do I find that? Mike Lindell asks Biden voters why they switch to Trump. I don't even know where I would look for that. I'll find it, though. He got into some other shenaniganery at the end of this, too. Listen to him complaining about the bathroom.
That's bizarre. That's all I can say. What is wrong with that picture?
He sees a unisex bathroom. You know, the kind of bathroom that has like the little disabled sign on it that has a man and a woman on the sign or whatever, where it's a little bit bigger, where people can go in if they have a wheelchair or some other anything at all, just whatever. Or if they like bigger bathrooms. He saw that and melted down over that, really?
A lot.
Were there urinals? Any women sitting in urinals?
I didn't look. I kind of went, kind of had a little tunnel vision in there.
What has happened to our world?
It's upside down. It's right now. This is the battle we're in. It's a spiritual battle of evil and good and nonsensical and common sense. We have all this. It's like a teeter-totter, but we're winning. I really believe we're winning.
He thinks it's a battle between good and evil because we have one of those bathrooms that's like unisex, really? And he says that it's a bathroom that like men and women enter, like a big bathroom, like a public restroom with multiple stalls and stuff. I'm sorry, man. I'm having a hard time believing literally anything out of his mouth. I'm sure everybody can tell why. Anyway, let's switch back to the kid who absolutely bodied Mike Lindell because he got interviewed afterward, and it was pretty interesting. Listen to this.
Mike Lindell just got rolled by a 12-year-old. Amazing, amazing work. How you doing today, Noah? How you feeling?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to see you.
The energy on the ground feels great. Day 3 of the DNC. How did you like Obama's speech?
Obama's speech was great. Michelle Obama's speech even better. When she said the affirmative action of generational wealth, just great.
Insanely good speech. Obama is back. He's so back. It feels so
and
good.
Hope is back as well. Hope is back in the air.
Hope is back, and I think that's
People underestimate 12-year-olds. They underestimate kids generally and how, like, aware they are. Like, how much they're paying attention to the things around them, how much they pick up. This kid is just a political commentator like me or like anybody else, and he's right on top of it. He may not have the experience of some yet, but he has all the same logical processes and capabilities as anybody else. I mean, it's pretty clear, seems to me.
Mike Lindell is so worked up over there. Also, his cameraman is really annoying. His cameraman keeps smiling and laughing at me.
I think that's all.
So annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was Mike Lindell's cameraman. I'm not sure.
Here, cameraman. But either way, who are you excited to see speak today?
I'm excited to hear from Governor Walz. If his wife Gwen decides to speak, I heard her yesterday. Great speech, great story. Everything lined up everything lined up in her speech, but every time a Republican says something, it's impossible to fact check and impossible to sort.
I want to ask you, because I think you're brilliant, so I want to know, what does it mean to you as you're 12 years old, a 12-year-old Black American to have representation on the national stage like Kamala Harris?
Sure. Oh, that means everything. I had my cousin just last week. She said, it was 3 months ago. She said, I'll be president. Maybe I'll be the 100th president. Now I hear her say she's going to be the 56th. It's great.
That gave me chills. That is absolutely amazing. And that is what America is about.
I'm done.
Like, the kid's media training is truly impressive. He has absolutely no nervousness. He just says it as it is, puts his words together really succinctly, doesn't look at the camera or anything. Like, it's just really, really good. He's really good at this. I wish I was that good, actually, in all seriousness. Like, standing in front of a crowd is hard. He spoke to another reporter afterward, apparently. Listen to this one.
I'm dumbfounded of how a grown man, well, I don't know if he's a grown man, but a grown man like Mike Lindell,
physically, but not emotionally, I suppose.
Approaching in that way. I had a simple question of why he's questioning a completely legitimate election. He had no proof. He said there was an elected official that found voter fraud, and I said, okay, what's her name?
She didn't find voter fraud, that's the thing. It was just an error with the ballot counting process, And she followed the process to its end, which is to request a recount, and it worked, and everybody went home at the end of the day, and we were all happy. It's not some big conspiracy or whatever. Jesus.
Name. He said the first name, but refused to give me a last name when the last name of a public official, an elected official at that, should be out there if they want to get reelected even. So I'm confused as to why he had such a hard time figuring that out.
Right.
It's because he's just a fool.
Right.
He had such a hard time figuring that out.
Right. Look, let's put that to one side. You've become a bit of an online star, certainly for a 12-year-old. What made you get involved in all this for the Democrats?
Yeah, the Democratic Party has the best policy platform we have seen. It's the oldest party also. And I'll also just say that the policy platform, not only we get a 2-in-1 deal this election, we get to defeat Donald Trump, and we get a good policymaker in the White House. So that's why I'm in it.
It's not vapid and empty. He's giving legitimate, real reasons and information. I appreciate that. It's on point. KNOWAWAS. TAKEN. Noah was taken. That's his social media name.
I'm in it.
Right. So how important do you think, I mean, we've just seen a report on social media influencers there and what's happening. How important do you think social media will be in this election?
Yeah, I think it'll be very important. Let's start off with kids and 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds don't typically read old school news. They go to TikTok for their information. They go to Twitter for their information. They're kind of tired of old school media, no offense. But
he's totally right.
I think it'll be highly critical to not only combat misinformation, but to provide new information as well.
Right. Who's winning in your...
He's saying don't just go on the defense, go on the offense. That's really intelligent, actually. That's like very media aware.
Right. Who's winning in your view, the battle on the... For You pages on TikTok, for instance?
The FYP Kamala Harris.
Aren't you surprised I knew about that?
I am. I mean, hey, I say Kamala Harris is winning the FYP battle by far. We've
For You page, of course.
seen so many great influencers, musical artists, and actors endorse Kamala, and Trump has Kid Rock. So who and Hulk Hogan? So
and Ted Nugent, you know, that famed pedophile who wrote the song Jailbait. Right? Jailbait, you look so good to me. Jailbait, won't you set me free? Jailbait, of course, meaning like an underage kid that's really attractive. I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. I just know that you're probably clean. There's one little thing I got to do to you. Jailbait, you look so good to me. Yeah, so that's who's on Trump's side. That's another one. Don't forget him. Oh my God, dude.
who and Hulk Hogan. So who really cares about those two when you have stars that young people actually care about up front supporting Kamala?
Yeah.
Full throated.
Yeah. So when we've got this big speech tonight, for instance, right? Kamala Harris here tonight.
Right.
Do you think that's less important now, and it's more important what you guys are doing on TikTok and on other social media platforms? Is the big speech losing its impact, you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's funny enough, the big speech will be displayed on social media. So we need the big speech to use kind of like as a template to show that social media is important.
That's really on point. He's absolutely correct about this. Although I fell into this trap of underestimating the power of like the mainstream movement. There are so many people who still just watch TV to get their news. Like an unbelievable number of people don't use social media to get their news at all. Or they go to rallies or whatever, and that's it. The silent majority, if you will. It's a large portion of people. So I think social media is important, but it's not even the most important in my opinion. But I'm so disappointed to hear that Hulk Hogan endorsed Donald Trump. Doesn't surprise me, though. Didn't he get in, like, a bunch of trouble for saying the N-word a bunch and hiring a prostitute or something like that?
Social media is important, and this speech, the big speech tonight, will help display that.
But it's moments you're after. I mean, it's tiny moments from a much broader speech, isn't it? So it's possible that people are not getting the full context.
So if Kamala uses a word, for example, if Kamala says like a word that Gen Z uses frequently, then that'll get on your For You page, and the young people will eat it up.
Could be cringy, though. You remember Hillary Clinton saying you should Pokemon go to the polls? You remember that? Oh, God. It's giving me, like, that cringe feeling just thinking of it.
Because we're going to have a lot of jobs from building infrastructure to coding, creating new apps. I don't know who created Pokemon Go.
Don't say it, Hillary.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
She said it. That's bad. That's really bad. Anyway, it can bite you in the ass if you're not careful saying Gen Z words. Seriously. Probably don't. Just don't.
Frequently, then that'll get on your For You page, and the young people will eat it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the kid. Just fascinating that Mike Lindell thought it was a good idea to get in an argument with a kid like this. Fascinating that the dude thought that his voice wouldn't automatically be recognized. Like, I don't know, what was his goal here? I don't understand. And it's also fascinating that this kid is so on point with his political analysis and everything. He isn't just, it doesn't seem to me that he's just like repeating political things that he's heard. He's asked real questions and he gives real answers, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. I love everything about it, man. Yeah, I had another clip. I was looking for the right clip about Lindell. Is this it?
Trump 2024. Y'all already know who we voting for. Vote for my uncle. Period. Trump 2024. Trump, say the USA. MAGA.
Yeah, sorry, that wasn't the video I meant to look at. My mistake. I was looking for this video that was behind it the whole time. This kid goes and talks to Mike Lindell while he's in disguise.
Guys, everybody, Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, is here. So let's ask him a question. Mike, I have a question. How does it feel to support a convicted felon? A proven sexual abuser. No, it's okay. A proven sexual abuser.
Wow, when somebody like isn't 12 years old, Mike Lindell doesn't want to talk to him or debate him, huh?
A proven sexual abuser. Convicted felon, Mike Lindell. Convicted felon, Mike Lindell. Convicted. How does it feel? How does it feel to support a convicted felon? How does it feel to support a
Did you get your vasectomy? You know what he's referencing right now? There's this whole meme going around on the right that Democrats are sending around big buses to give free on-site abortions and vasectomies. I don't know if that's true, but it does not sound true. Like, I gotta find out. Is that real? Let's find out here. NPR. Oh, wait, are they just giving out the pills? Is that what it is? I mean, abortion is like a medical procedure. You shouldn't just be like going in and getting one at some random bus or whatever, it seems to me. And also, aren't vasectomies like invasive? Don't you need a clean room and stuff for that? I can't imagine this is real, but okay, whatever. NPR, as Democrats began gathering for the first day of their convention across town, Louis Ayala was getting something he'd been wanting for a while. Wow, passive language, that's not correct. Was getting something he's wanted for a while. I mean, it was a little uncomfortable, he said, laughing. I don't think it was painful, but it was uncomfortable. I couldn't do it. He was a little uncomfortable because he just had a vasectomy. Ayala is 28 and works as an electrician. His wife saw a social media post about a free reproductive health clinic Planned Parenthood was sponsoring in Chicago during the Democratic convention and suggested that he sign up. I have 3 kids and pretty much wanted to stop having kids, Ayala explained about having the procedure. Can't blame him for that one. That way I can focus on the 3 kids that I have and give them the best future they can have. Wow, these names. His wife, Fabiola Ayala, says they wanted the procedure a few years ago while she's pregnant with their 3rd child, but another doctor discouraged her husband because he was in his early 20s. So I ended up having to get on birth control, and I'm ready to remove my birth control and just get off the hormones, she said. Louis Ayala was just one of 10 patients who sought vasectomy care at the mobile clinic. Okay, so it was a mobile clinic. They weren't like going on tour around the country in a bus, like setting up shop and giving free abortions and vasectomies or whatever. God, these people are insane.
convicted felon? How does it feel to support a convicted felon? I hope that you don't continue to support a sexual abuser, but you continue to do it.
See, this is the only strategy that works with Mike Lindell. He gets in your face and yells and acts like a fool. You got to match that energy if you're going to get in a debate with him. And when you do, he realizes it's fraught because he's not going to be able to get his propagandistic nonsense out, and he walks away. I would love to get this guy locked into a debate, though. You can't leave. You and I have to stand here and talk. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, yeah. Tell me what you think about all this in the comments. Mike Lindell is, I don't know. I don't know what word to use for him. Tell me, do you think that he really believed that no one was going to recognize him by shaving off that mustache? Tell me why he would have even bothered putting on a disguise. Like, why? Darkest Timeline Kamala, don't Super Mario wonder if your vote will matter? Have a Genshin impact on our future and Pokemon go to the polls. Ugh, you're making me want to vomit over here. Oh my God, it's so stupid. See, this is what I'm saying. Don't pretend to be in an age bracket that you're not. Don't. You look like a cringe fool every single time.